I'm Susan Ashbrook, and you're watching Equine VIP. We are at the Equine Affair, and we are talking to Rebecca Rigdon, who is quite an accomplished horsewoman.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Thank you for your time today, Rebecca. Rebecca, our viewers would love to learn a little bit about you, how you started riding, and of course your interest in dressage.
I actually started riding in the womb. My mother was long-listed on the United States equestrian team for many, many years in the 70s and early 80s. And I went to my first show when I was 7, which was a lot of fun, and have just been showing and competing for the last 22 years.
You recently moved to Southern California, right?
Yes, I did. I moved to the San Diego area to Arroyo Del Mar, and I'm now running my business out of Stephen and Shannon Peters' barn.
Well, that's a great place to start, isn't it?
It's a fantastic place. They've been very, very generous, and it's a fantastic opportunity, and I get to work with Stephen every day and watch them ride every day, which I think you learn the best when you surround yourself with riders that are better than you are. So I think it was a wonderful opportunity. So a little scary, but a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, I'm sure a little bit intimidating to have. Yes. Well, I watched you give a clinic today here, and the thing that I really enjoyed about your clinic was you had 3 riders that were demonstrating what you were talking about.
Yes.
Is that something that you do all the time, or how do you run your clinics?
Yes, well, normally the demonstrations is a symposium format as we have here. I think it's really important that you have a good example of what you're trying to do. I, as you said earlier, learn visually, and so I think it's very important to have good examples of good dressage horses as well as riders that are doing the correct aids and correct movements in a good way. So I think that gives the audience a better understanding of the sport itself.
I caught one portion of your clinic where you kind of talk about practicing perfect and, you know, breaking it down. Like if your horse can't do what you're asking, I think you were saying it, bring it back to the basics, and it doesn't do any good for the rider or the horse to get frustrated.
Exactly, exactly. That only causes more problems and more resistance and a lack of understanding on the horse's part. And the more emotional the rider becomes, the more tense and frustrated the horse becomes as well. So I think it's good to explain it to the horses and the riders too in a very basic way.
If somebody was interested in booking you for a clinic, you do that kind of thing? So
absolutely, I'll do clinics frequently. I really actually enjoy doing clinics because it's new riders. I really enjoy going back down to a basic level and going through everything from the beginning, from the start, because that is the most important part of dressage, or the basic foundation.
That's right. The foundation is the most important, really, in any discipline, not just dressage.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, our viewers, Rebecca, love to hear from experts like yourself about what products you are using, what things you recommend, and of course, we're at the Equine Affair where they're selling products, new things. And is there anything in particular that you really are loving to use or you recommend?
I think that I'm a little bit old school. I don't like a lot of the gimmicky things. That scares me a little bit, but I happen to feed Purina feeds and am a very big, strong believer in what that's done for my horses that show and compete.
I think people forget that our horses are athletes. When we're going to shows, they're in different barns, different situations. We're under pressure, we put them under pressure. So I think it's good that you mentioned how important supplements can be to horses.
Absolutely.
Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to learning and hearing more about your career.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Bye.